The entire NBA is becoming insanely concerned about the Boston Celtics this season. The C's may have lost the slightly aroused head coach Ime Udoka, yet Joe Mazzulla has discovered the new blueprint for how to structure an elite NBA offense. So just how have the Celtics literally become the NBA's #1 scoring team in the league? It all starts with Jason Tatum's passing. At the start of the season, Tatum was really hunting for his shot. Well, his assists are now back up to over 5 per game. When he passes out of the pick and roll, the Celtics have scored a whopping 108 points on 99 possessions, which is actually in the 79th percentile. I was particularly impressed with this one by Tatum as he uses a jab step to get his defender back underneath that screen. Then he actually uses the screen, which collapses the defense and whips a left-handed no-look pass to Derrik White for the 3. This is the play where you can actually see Tatum's transformation to a team player as he is waiting patiently for the play to develop rather than look for his own shot. He uses his leverage off the dribble to create an opportunity for Grant Williams, who then flushes it home, much to the approval of this fan, who gets rejected by his own child. The Celtics are actually so tactical at using off-ball screens as well. Here's a common staggered set that they run. Because of the Celtics' elite shooting, defenders are forced to fight over the screens, which leads to layup opportunities inside. That's not the best part though. The counters are what makes this team special. Watch here how Jason Tatum uses the usual play design to bait James Harden into stepping up and then boom, hits him with that backdoor. A huge issue for Jason Tatum last year was that teams were excessively forcing him left. And it's been well documented that the Warriors forced Tatum to his weak hand because he struggled to keep his head up and see those double teams coming. This is something he has viciously worked on during the offseason. Here we get that defense forcing Tatum left, but he is able to do a combo of nasty in and out moves followed by a crossover to get to his right-handed floater. Here Tatum exactly doesn't have his head up while dribbling left, but you can see that he is so much better at passing the ball much earlier rather than letting that defense trap him fully. At this point of the season, Jason Tatum is the MVP of the league as he is averaging 32, 8, and 5. If LeBron or KD were doing this, everyone would be talking about this. But how valuable is Tatum actually? Plus 12 with him on the floor, which is unbelievable. The Celtics are also really good when he's off the floor, but more on that later. Now, what else could we possibly discover leading to this massive improvement? Well, Jalen Brown has actually been even better than Jason Tatum at improving, specifically on the pick and roll. He's been scoring a mind-boggling 127 points per 115 possessions, which is in the 86th percentile in the NBA. So what has transformed Jalen into a top pick and roll player in the world? None of this would be possible without his deadly pull-up jumper. Jalen has taken 60 pull-ups and made 33 of them. Since he's shooting over 50%, it makes defenders have to guard him tight off of the screen, which then opens up another bag of weapons for him. Look at the respect the Raptors give Brown as he runs a horn set at the top. The double screen creates so much separation even from OG Anunoby. Thad Young is forced to play the switch tight as he has read the scouting report and doesn't want to give up the easy jumper. This is still a very challenging window to fit this tight pass through as Cornette finishes the beautiful play. On this pick and roll, you get a really nice screen once again, which gets the defender in a trail position, and Jalen Brown once again uses some patience and keeps the defender on his hip, gets a bit of a moving screen or a rub route in the NFL. There's just so much going on with the Celtics offense, and you can see the masterclass take place once again on this play here. The placement of the players on this play is what makes this so smooth. Grant Williams is on the baseline, which forces his defender to stay home. Then you have Jalen Brown and Big Papa Horford passing the ball to set up an elite two-man game on the right where they are completely isolated. Smart sets a hard screen, and because Tatum is such a great shooter, his defender is forced to fight over the top. Now this looks easy, but it does not happen if there is a single hole on the floor. Because of the elite shooting on the perimeter, all of the help is late and Tatum gets the easy 2. I can finally breathe. Perhaps the most mind-boggling stat is that under Mazzulla, they are currently first in net rating with a whopping 7.4. Get the 7.4 0.4 per 100 possessions gap over the second place team. That means that they are scoring 7.5 points more per 100 possessions than any other team in the flippin' league. Now, after diving deeper into the analytics, I discovered that there are two things Marcus Smart is statistically doing better than any of the biggest stars in the NBA. The Celtics are scoring in the 95th percentile when Marcus Smart does something. Now you have 1.28 seconds left to make your guess in the comments. It's actually posting up. The Celtics are actually scoring 1.3 points per possession when Marcus Smart drops into a post up, which is basically the best in the league. Now look at this perfect example. You get the Marcus Smart post up, which you get a lot of extra help, and then you get closeouts. And the Celtics are obviously watching this channel because that is my key to success, is attacking closeouts. And Blake Griffin, I'm not even a Celtics fan, but I kind of like that a lot. And Celtics fans will like this a lot because Marcus Smart is actually statistically leading the entire NBA in pick and rolls. He is officially the #1 pick and roll maestro, as his team has scored an efficient 155 points on 110 Marcus Smart pick and rolls. My friends, are you learning something new today? The Celtics are absolute legends at the pick and roll because of these three players. Marcus takes a much different approach to his decision making, as he is almost purely looking to get his team involved. The main thing I notice is that he is hunting, switching defenses, and countering their switch by hitting the roller, who always has a seal on the inside. Tatum and Brown are different because they like to take their time and be patient, where Marcus Smart just gets the ball in his playmaker's hands early. You can see that his pass is actually leading and influencing Tatum to go and get this ball and roll towards the cup. Now, as great as Marcus Smart is, the real genius actually comes from the Celtics bench mob, headlined by one of the best pickups in the offseason, Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon averaging 61% true shooting. He's been a real home run trade, and he's scored 138 points on 130, guess what? Pick and frickin' rolls. The reason for this is a more than deadly pull-up jumper. He's shooting 45% on pull-ups. He also has a beautiful left-handed finish, and I actually thought he was left-handed before I was extensively watching him play. The reason for this is he extends his left hand way out using his body as a shield, as you can see on this play. He's also a beautiful and fantastic passer. Did you guys know that if he was actually averaging more minutes, like he probably will in playoffs, say 36 minutes, he's going to be averaging 23 points per game and 6 dimes. Joe Mazzulla draws up the perfect play to challenge Brogdon's passing ability. I love how he starts with a little misdirection, fake screen action. The ball is moved to Jalen Brown, which initiates a dribble handoff back to Brogdon. Horford then sets a screen for Jalen to cut back to the middle, but that is actually just a decoy, as Brown slips right to the rim and Brogdon delivers a perfect pass. Now, Brogdon is only the beginning of the NBA's top-ranked bench. Pritchett, Cornette, and my favorite bench mob member,
one of the best shooters I've seen.
What a play by Hauser.
Hauser gets another one.
The reason they are leading the league is because of plays like this, where they are giving up good shots for gooder ones. Oh, and I nearly forgot Grant Williams, but you can just watch this video right here instead.